Hello YouTube, BlueMatona here, and welcome to this episode of First 10 Moves. It's the first episode ever. I'm really excited to jump into it. This is going to be a new video series that follows up on our starting position guide, game guides videos, to show you how to use that info and jump right into a campaign to get a quick, fast start that sets you up for success to go to the victory. We're doing this for the Brutii in this episode because we just released last week the starting position guide, game guides video. Just one point, for the sake of time, I won't be including any battles or like the Brutii intro cutscene in this video. If you want to see those, they'll be in a separate private video. You can either click the link in the description below or the banner that's going to pop up in the top right here, as well as every time that we go ahead and jump into a battle. So, as always, hard difficulty. I think it's the best combo in the game. Let's have some fun, and let's jump right in. Brutii, first 10 moves. Alright, let's dive right in. First and foremost, Senate mission. Take Apollonia. It doesn't give you the exact amount you'll get, but I believe it's 5k. It's a nice bonus to start the game. So, building off the last video that I just released, the starting position guide, we're going to go ahead and now put it all into action. So, right away, what do we have? Tarn some Croton. Croton, we need to start this city. We need to get it more economically viable. I know usually I really like starting off with a nice temple. Also, it's fun with buildings. If you click on the settlement detail screen, you can actually see the changes that the effects that it would have for the town. So, like building this temple would increase public order, would increase trade a little bit. But instead, what we're going to go ahead and we're going to do here is get that port going immediately. It's going to be important. We're going to boost that trade up by about 130. It's just an important building to have. And then we're also going to start recruiting in a little bit of Town Watch. And the reason that I want to have Town Watch moved in here is because the public order of this settlement of Croton is going to be really bad when I pull these guys out of the city. You'll see there it gets to red. And like, it's livable at a low tax rate, but I would prefer not to put the tax rate low if I don't have to. So just for the temporary, we might bring in 2 units of Town Watch. They're super cheap. Very cheap to recruit and bring in. So I think it's just very worthwhile, because we're going to want to take these troops and use them in more fighting roles right off the bat here. So, before Apollonia builds walls, we're going to want to go and take that. So what I'd like to do here is I'd like to take my fleet. We're going to divide it into 2 smaller forces. We're going to have our first force of 2 ships. This is going to be the 2 ships that ferry my troops down here to Syracuse, so we can get there quickly, as I talked about in the game guide video, and cut off the Scipii. And then this 1 ship that's going to remain behind just as a ferry fleet. I shouldn't need to train any more ships right off the bat, because I won't be at war with anybody that has a navy until I get to Syracuse. So they'll be safe, at least for the crossing there. And that's pretty key, because honestly, we're going to be a little tight on funds here to start the game, and I would prefer to not have to spend money on ships, at least right away. The spy, we're going to put that spy on the fleet that's going down to Syracuse. We want the spy here. We want to get lucky, maybe, and get open walls, or open gates, so we can immediately storm the city. It's going to be key. Whereas the diplomat, we are actually going to put on this navy, the ferry fleet, and bring the diplomat over here in the Greece and Macedon. And the main reason for this, it's twofold. First and foremost, we want to secure peace with Macedon right away. We're going to be attacking the Greeks. The Greeks have a bunch of cities here in the Greek peninsula. Macedon is up here. We want to make sure that we have a peaceful border here, so we can focus on Thurman, and we can focus on Syracuse, and focus on fighting the Greeks without the Macedonians messing with us. Also, we're going to want to go up to the settlements that's here to get this precious gold resource. Thank you for the shout out in my previous game guides video, pointing out the value of the gold. And I just would prefer not to have enemy Macedonian armies attacking me through the mountains here. Secondly, there's no second. That's really it. So what we're going to do here is we have our best general, Aemilius Brutus. We are going to probably use him. I would prefer to take him down here to Syracuse, because this is going to be a bigger fight. But right off the bat here at the start of the game, unfortunately, he is the only general that is positioned close enough to get to... maybe Vivius Brutus could actually get to Apollonia, now that I think about it. He's 30. He's a good general. We could use him in that theater. He's got good management, though. That really high management won't really do him good in Apollonia and these cities early game because they're pretty poor. But that really high management would do him really well in Syracuse. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to use Vivius Brutus as our Syracuse force, and we're going to take this force right here, and we are going to move over to Apollonia. There is the opportunity to recruit in some mercenaries, but I want those mercenaries going down to Syracuse and not over here. Plus, I think once we cross the strait, which we'll go ahead and do, we actually should be able to have additional mercenaries. Yes. So Peltis and Hoplites, we're going to spend the money and bring those in and immediately attack Apollonia off the bat. And just a reminder, if you want to watch the battles, go ahead and click the banner in the top right corner of the screen. That's going to pop up in a second, or click the link in the description to the private video, and you can go ahead and watch them there. But for the sake of the first 10 moves guide, I won't be including them here in this main one. So let's jump in. Now let's jump in. Okay, Apollonia's ours. Nice, easy first step. We'll obviously occupy the settlements because the population is so tiny. And there we go, 5,000 denarii. Denarii? I don't know exactly how to say it. I always said denarii. We're just going to roll with that. Take settlement Apollonia. Done. Agent, diplomat. We'll start you walking over towards Macedon. And now, yeah, we can leave this mercenary hoplites back as just kind of a garrison unit. Worst case scenario, if there is a weird attack here, they could actually probably put up a bit of a fight. But yeah, we're going to start the rest marching up here towards this other settlement so we can get that good gold resource and boost our economy a little bit. I'm thinking I need to decide how much I want to bring down to Syracuse with me versus how much is okay here in Apollonia. So that's the next kind of big question of this campaign. But next, first and foremost, let's go ahead and do this. Here in Tarentum, we're going to want to get the increased tradable goods. Increased tradable goods shrine. I do usually prefer that shrine for my main ones. Like experience, they're not going to be troop producing cities, so the experience bonus isn't as important to me. And I don't need the extra happiness, so I usually just take the increased tradable goods to get that little bit of extra income from trade over time, especially as this becomes kind of like more of a central hub here for my burgeoning empire. So these units, yeah, we're going to want them to get all the way over here to the ships. Let's bring in those Samnite mercenaries. And then we're going to also take Vivius Brutus with us, as well as all of his troops from Tarentum. They're going to go ahead and get on the ships. We won't be able to move the ship until next turn anyway. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to bring these troops down this way. We're going to merge up. I want to take the Drill Master retinue from my faction leader, Tiberius Brutus, who's going to stay here in Italy. This gives the movement point and discount on training costs. Discount on training costs would be nice to keep, but the movement points is valuable. We're going to move that over to Vivius Brutus. Give him the Drill Master retinue right there, so you can see it's transferred over to him. And then we also have another retinue here, Quartermaster, that will be nice to have as well. So we can pick these guys up with the Navy when we pass Croton, so I'm not too worried about that. Tarentum is pretty much cheap. We can probably leave. I guess it's just... Oh, let's just leave... Yeah, we'll go and leave one unit of Peltis and Tarentum. That's okay. And then we'll also train up an additional unit of the cavalry in Tarentum. So both of these cities are training and building. We can go into Croton for the meantime here. And just for the sake of these first moves, we'll boost that tax rate all the way up. Make sure we're making as much money as possible. Here, you know, I could boost the tax rate, get a couple extra hundred. It might be worth it. But I do want the population growing as quickly as I can, because I really needed to hit that 2,000 threshold. We'll get the Governor's Villa building, though, to get the basic government into the city, into the settlements. And then, yeah, actually, you know what, before we deal with the taxes there, we'll probably go ahead and take Amulius Brutus and his cavalry, and let's get them outside of the city with the infantry and our spear-throwing troops. And while, yeah, we can go to low tax, we can go to normal tax rate and the place will still be okay. And these guys will start moving up north in this direction. So I think this is probably a pretty good place to end the first turn. I think we're in a good position overall. Everything's training, everything's building. All of our troops have been moved and positioned where we want them. And, yeah, on to turn 2. Senate mission, take settlement Thurman. You'll be rewarded the unit of Triarii. Alright, so that's the Greek city, Thurman. This is their next target for us. We have 10 turns to do it, so our goal will be to do it during the course of this video, which is great. But obviously our first priority here is to get to Syracuse. Good that the Scipii are a little distracted by the rebels. End of turn report. We gained money, but pretty much mostly just because of the Senate transaction. We completed our Shrine and Governor's Villa, and we got our additional couple units. Okay, there's a Macedonian diplomat, so let's go ahead and talk to him. Let's get an alliance. Let's do trade rights and map information would be great. And then let's see if we can demand, what do you say, 2,000 gold? 2,000 denarii. See if we can get a little economic boost here as well. We accept. Oh, I could have maybe asked for more money. I should have tried that before the video. That might be kind of a bummer. I should have tested that out. Note, if you're watching this, start with more than 2,000 that you demand. You might be able to get some more. All right. So that was successful, though. Regardless, we can now see their cities. We can see the Greeks have Thurman and Sparta. Athens is rebel-controlled. Macedon has the rest here. I think Thrace is over there and stuff. So probably what we would want to do here then is take our diplomat and let's go ahead. I'm thinking. So there's two things I'm thinking with the diplomat. We can either one go over here to Thrace and work on trade rights or something, or two, we could actually think about trying to get peace with the Greeks, but I think they're a good first target. They're a good first target for war. Let's go over to Thrace. This army, we will continue your march up the coastline. We have new mercenaries available. Good to know if we need them. Alright, this army, please go ahead and join the Navy. We'll go ahead and get some cav down there. We'll take our general out with all the fighting troops. There's our unit that's going to jump onto the fleet and join in with the other army. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then this fleet will continue its route down to Syracuse. And then, yeah, Tiberius Brutus. Maybe best with his influence to stay here in Croton, where you can keep the settlement a little bit happier, especially at such a high tax rate. I think Tarentum's doing okay on its own. For the time being. Definitely we'll want to keep training up troops in Tarentum. We could do Temple of Mercury. It'll add a little bit more to trade income. We could do Trader. It'll add more. Could do farms. Add a little bit of farming income to the settlement. And increase our population growth. I think we're going to do militia barracks, though. Yeah, we're going to do militia barracks so we can start training Hastati in the settlements. And then I think, again, yeah, this is probably fine for the time being. Okay, we can start building stuff here in Apollonia. So now we got to think a little bit about how we want to treat this, because Apollonia is, again, probably going to be more of a not frontline city in the long run. The thing is that we don't really have a lot in the way of natural resources within the Apollonia province. So I actually don't know if we have any natural resources within the Apollonia province. Maybe it's just timber. We are, I guess, land importing from, what is this? What are the city names over here? This is Larissa, Thessalonica. Yeah, so we are importing from Thessalonica gold. And it looks like we're exporting timber, and then, I don't know, we're getting some stuff from Tarentum too, copper and timber. I don't know, maybe we don't even have, so maybe this isn't even worth actually. Yeah, there's timber resource. I don't actually think we have any resources here. There's timber there. Yeah, we don't have any resources in Apollonia. So, we could do two things. One, we could just do a public order boost, make sure the city stays happy, don't have to worry about it. We could also do the one that ends up with experienced units trained in the city. It might be worth it. Which one has the better... I mean, we're thinking level 5 now, all the way down the road. Like, yeah, they're all pretty similar, kind of, once they get to that level. I don't actually know. Let's start with roads. I think we'll just get roads in. Makes sense. Smart thing to do. A little ferry fleet, you can go ahead and sit there in the Tarentum port. And then Croton, yeah, we don't really need anything else for the time being. That's okay. And then this fleet is in position with its agents and army. In position, in position. I think turn 2 was a very quick turn. Yeah, I think it's a really quick turn overall. Trade is 614. I think that's maybe now the updated trade. Yeah, we should make more of a trade now with Macedon. So let's go ahead and we'll get the port in on Croton next turn. So let's go ahead and hit turn number 3. That was a quick one. Alright, Croton's a little upset. Maybe they just got a little bit more squalor. They might have just hit like the next threshold on squalor, maybe 15% when they gain a little bit there. So what we can do for a turn is we'll drop the tax rate. We'll also bring in another town watch. And then, yeah, we do have that nice added trade income now from the sea trade. You can see the trade routes, which I always thought was kind of cool, that form here. In future games, you know, you're able to actually like look into them, which is really nice. Looks like actually this fishing village here is getting a bit of trade. Oh yeah, that's the Tarentum sea trade. But yeah, Croton's finally able to trade. Let's see what they're trading with. I'm just curious. Yeah, so we got sea imports, pottery, grain, and timber from Arunum and Syracuse. We're going after that Syracuse. Sea exports. They're exporting the silver to Messana, which is awesome. And then there's some land trade as well with Capua and Tarentum. Looks like silver is our resource here in this province, which makes sense because we have the mines, which is actually probably going to be the next thing we build, is going to be getting the mines. In 2 turns, it gives us a flat 200 additional income. And we're going to go ahead and keep extending that. Tarentum, again, we'll train in some equites. Okay, so we got our roads here. That's good. Maybe, do we want like just a basic fair? Let's get a basic wall. We'll just start with the basic things there. We made a bit of cash that turn. Construction ports in Apollonia. Recruitment Tarentum. This army should be close to ready. Or should be close to the city. Okay, good. I got to the city this turn. I don't think... Yeah, this is not really a force that we need to spend on some Illyrian mercenaries. I think we can just go ahead and hit the city and get Salona. So let's do it. Reminder, if you want to watch the battles, click in the link or click on the card above. And I will see you back here in this video when the battle's done. Alright. Cool. So Salona's ours. We'll also occupy settlements, and this gives us immediate access to, we get olive oil resource, we get gold resource, we get timber resource. Very valuable province. We got a trading Greece good commander for Amulius Brutus. Awesome. We're going to want this settlement definitely to expand, hit that 2,000 threshold as quickly as possible. So we're going to go ahead and start it at a low tax rate, get it boosting as quick as we can on that front. And yeah, what a nice settlement overall. We can see the trade summary here. Yeah, we have gold, timber, olive oil, which I think is all of our resources in this settlement. And we should probably just immediately construct roads. I know I would like to go ahead and do land clearance, just for the sake of getting that extra pop boost, but I think we can do roads off the bat, and that'll be okay. Great, so that's a good settlement to get. We should also consider the fact that we're going to be soon taking Syracuse, and Syracuse, I might enslave the population and leave, which distributes the population to just your capital and any governed provinces. So I might have Salona be the only province with a general in it when I do that, and hopefully that gives it a nice big population boost and gets it closer to the 2,000 threshold, so we can upgrade and get a port and get other things going. All right, so let's go ahead and make sure that this ship is moving as we want it to. Okay, so the Greeks moved the bulk of their army away from Syracuse, so it's actually very vulnerable. Let's go ahead and get the spy in the settlement. It is just a militia hoplites, regular hoplites, and their faction heir. Now we get a 40% chance that they'll open the gates. If they open the gates, I could charge right into the city with this army that I'm about to dump off on the shores. If not, we're going to have to figure out a siege. We can also bring in hoplites and peltists. We should probably just take as many troops as we can here, because this is going to be something that we have to fight and hold. Let's do it. Come on, give it to me. Yes! We got the gates. That's huge. So once again, if you want to go ahead and watch the fight, switch to the other video. I hope you have it up as an accompaniment. And let's go ahead and assault Syracuse. Let's go for it, right off the bat. Alright. Syracuse is ours. If you watched the fight, I hope you enjoyed. And I realized I totally forgot to position my generals as I hoped. So unfortunately, we are going to get some slaves that come into Croton, and not all of them are going to go into Salona. That's another mistake I just made. Don't make that mistake when you play this game yourself. But we are going to go ahead and enslave the populace for the main reason of... also, we don't want the entire populace here. The city goes insanely fast from the wheat resource. And it'll help keep it a little bit more public order friendly for the time being. Slave populace. So Salona, we can see, jumped up to 1,236 from like 400. That's great. We gained a lot. If we had done this smarter and taken this general out of Croton, we would have gained way more in Salona. Maybe even gotten it way closer to that 2,000 threshold off the bat. But not the end of the world. Just not ideal. That was kind of a mistake. And Syracuse, of course, likes us a bit more now because the population's lower, meaning that squalor is lower, unrest will go down, culture penalty will go down over time. That's just because obviously a lot of the buildings here are of Greek origin. What we might want to do is, yeah, we'll start like replacing some of these buildings. But the good news is we could actually get our own shrine in right away, which will help with that. So we'll go ahead and build our shrine. We also can take a look at the trade screen of this city and see that, yeah, we're immediately doing imports and exports, and we get the slavery bonus off the bat here because of what we just did, the slaves. Also, we have Lilybium, which is a potential next target from Carthage, which actually we would love to take, to cut the Scipii off. So let's go ahead and move our spy out here. We have another Greek army. It's got some archers and some hoplites. Nothing that this force should have any trouble with. We can't retrain yet, because unfortunately we don't have the militia barracks here for the Hastati units. So we won't spend the money on any of the other resources here. But I would really like to go take Lilybium while we can, nice and early. Let's see what else we got going on. Croton's doing work. Tarentum's all set up. Apollonia. Yeah, you are growing towards your 3,000 threshold. It's just not worth... 2,000 threshold, sorry. It's just not worth boosting it that quickly. It's not as important early game. Alright, so that's fine. Salona, we don't want to keep this army up here by any means, but they can't really move this turn anyway. So that's fine. So I think we're in a good spot to go ahead and move on. Oh, let's actually just take this force. I just like keeping fleets in ports if they're not actively out there doing something. So let's go ahead and move on to turn 4. Alright, so what we do have to watch out for here now is the Greeks massing a force to come after Apollonia. So that's something we're just going to have to be wary of. We can use this diplomat as a bit of a spy for the time being. Just kind of bring them down here. End of turn report, we lost cash, that makes sense. We are spending all our money like crazy. Carthage had an agent in Syracuse, so yep, inevitable war with them. Construction's done, recruitment is done, and diplomatic info. Everyone else declared war on the Greek cities. Thank you to my fellow Romans. The good news is now we are making 1,200 in trade. That is a nice boost, way more than we were at the very beginning of the game. And it looks like the other Greek army has come right next to the city, so we could jump out with our Vivius Brutus guy as a nice skirmish, just to get some, what's it called, get some cash. Get some cash, or not maybe cash, experience is what I mean. And then we also have the Lilybium over here. Whoa, that is a big Carthaginian army led by the faction leader that's sitting off the coast here. So why don't we go ahead and move into the city. The city's definitely not as vulnerable as it was a turn ago. But getting over there that quickly would have just been a little unrealistic. Why don't we go ahead here and... What do we have? Some hoplites and some long-range guys. So we'll go ahead. We'll come in with our cav. Why don't we take definitely all of our... Well, we're right next to the city, so there's really no reason, actually, now I think about it, why we should just go hit this army with our full force. so we'll go ahead and do that. Again. They can't retreat, so we should be able to take them out. 5-2 ratio. If you are watching along with the battles, I hope you enjoy. What is it? Sorry, Sicily. In Sicily. So all the Greeks are gone. No, no mercenaries, so everyone back into Syracuse. We're going to build that militia barracks immediately here. I really want to be able to retrain up my Hastati. You can already see culture penalties going down, unrest is going down. This is good. It's exactly what we were hoping for. We can actually go ahead and we could actually very high the tax rate, which is going to make us another like 400 a turn, which is great. That's exactly what I want to see. We're good here as well for the time being. In Croton, we can also do the same thing. We can actually very high that tax rate. Tarentum, we can definitely bump that tax rate up a couple notches as well. Money is the most important resource for us here in the early game. We're going to get another unit of cav. And then here, we're going to probably want... I guess we should just do the experience bonus to units trained, because they don't really have like any notable trade. There's just really not a big... It's just not a very big trading city. Why don't we just do land clearance? We'll bump up that pop growth a little bit. And then here in Salona, yeah, hopefully this is a pretty safe city. We could get mines going right away. Could be worth it. Income from mining plus 200 would be a really nice... sorry, plus 300, I guess. It says 200 in here, but I think because it's gold, it's actually plus 300. It would be a really nice increase. And then we can worry about walls. After that, let's go ahead and take our... I mean, I really would like to take basically all these troops down. I mean, I don't want to just leave Peltists in the settlements, but it is truly a settlement that doesn't really require a lot of hands-on management in the early game. I think we should be pretty safe in this area. I would like to do this, though. We'll take the troops. Troops start marching down to Apollonia. Let's take our general, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of pop into this little pass area right here. And we're going to build our first watchtower of the game. Extend our line of sight in this direction. I think it's smart to do. We'll build another watchtower over in this zone. You can keep marching south. I would like to build watchtowers up here, but I don't want to commit my general to a few turns of just kind of, wallowing around at the start here. Do we want to bring more of these guys in? I don't know if we need them exactly yet. Well, I recruited them anyway by accident, so I guess we're taking them. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah. And then, yeah, for growth purposes, it's pretty negligible. 100 cash, we can lower that tax rate. Low tax rate there already. Alright, turn number 4, I think was pretty successful. We are in a good spot. Let's go ahead, we're turning our attention towards Thurman now. Let's go ahead and look at turn. We'll see what happens in turn number 5. Oh, you know what? Before we do, I'm actually thinking I just get rid... Yeah, we can just disband that unit, disband that unit. They're pretty damaged. I can't retrain them. It saves good cash. Now, I'm thinking we disband the Peltists. I don't think I need all those guys over here now. I'm not going to ferry them anywhere. So that's okay. We'll go ahead and disband some units. That should save us a little bit of cash. And then, yeah, we're going to start building up a force to go after Thurman. We moved him already. Next turn. Let's do it. Turn number 5. Alright, so we're halfway through the video now. We're in pretty good spots, but we do see that the Greeks are building up their forces. Now, this is to be expected. It makes sense. The Greeks aren't just going to sit by and let me just completely railroad them. End turn. Made a little bit of money, despite everything we did. Coming of age, that could not have been at a better time. Honestly, so Salona, we get a coming of age. It's not good. Even-handed, +1 the law for public order, and influence. Okay, but this is good. +1 influence and morale for all troops on the battlefield. So, not terrible. I like the morale. Construction reports. Tarentum got its militia barracks. Croton got its mines. And we got the troops at Tarentum. You know what that means now? We can train Hastati, which is exactly what we're going to do in Tarentum. Croton got the mines. Base unrest is... I think, do mines cause unrest? They might. I actually should probably check that. But, yeah, so we have the public order issue here. We'll drop that one quick. And then, yeah, we got the mines. We could do the mines the next level. Let's see, does it cause public order? I don't see any negligible or negative effect to public order. But we do at least get the income from that now. Tarentum, on the other hand, we could maybe just give it a little bit better roads. It would increase trade a pretty nice amount. We could increase trade. Yeah, I think that works. Then we can move our troops around a little quicker. I'm not really worried about training Velites yet, so I won't worry too much about building the practice range. Alright, troops. Please, everybody get into Apollonia. We need to start garrisoning the city with such a hostile force so close to us. And then here we have our general. I mean, again, it's like, I want to build a watchtower over here, but I also just want to be kind of careful. I would like to build the watchtower, like, literally right here, because it'll give us the line of sight down these passes, and not anything going on in this region. We'll move them into the city next turn. That's fine. Let's go ahead and move, oops, all fighting units. And Tarentum to Apollonia. There we go. You can go back to shuttle services. Actually, we will also then take all units that need to be retrained. That Tarentum can now retrain. And we're going to go ahead and move these guys to Tarentum for retraining. Tarentum's going to have to take a tax cut because of the simple fact that there are, like, there's nobody in the city anymore. And, yeah, it might be time to this guy. We're getting 53 from admin from him here. I am kind of relying on his governor's influence, though, to keep the city afloat, whereas Tarentum just doesn't really need the governor's influence. It's really okay. Yeah, it's fine. Tarentum will live. Okay. Down here in Syracuse, yeah, we're building up the militia barracks, so I think for the time being, looks like Carthage did prep for exactly what I was thinking. They literally built a fort with a pretty formidable force right here on the border. So I think for the moment, we're probably just going to kind of stay put here in the city until we can start training in some Hastati and get a little bit more of a legitimate force that can head over that way. It is good, though, that we do have the spy in Libyum that we can use. Okay, so Croton, what do we want to build? I mean, we could do the same thing, build roads. I'm thinking it might be time to do the Shrine to Mercury. We'll get the increased tradable goods, Shrine to Mercury, one turn, knock it out of the way. Training there, nobody to train here, nobody to train here, but we are growing pretty nice. I think, again, everybody's kind of in position, pretty quick 5th turn. This is going to happen early on in the game with some of these turns, as it's going to move pretty quickly, but that's okay. Senate floor, we lost some standing with the people, which is surprising, but we will make that back up in due time. Senate missions, we have 7 turns left, and I think it's time to go on to turn number 6. Let's just check. Did we get any mercenaries here? No. Alright, back in the Croton. Turn 6. Alright. We got a rebel navy floating around over here. Okay, Greeks are really building up. Really building up. We got one Greek army, another Greek army, some generals in the city. Definitely no joke. We made some money. It's good. We really are making money, which is good. Let's go ahead and let's get this watchtower in place. There we go. We get a nice line of sight through this whole stretch. And now let's get you, General, over here into the city. And we are going to go ahead and get the rudimentary barracks in place here in Apollonia. Tarentum. I want you guys. We're going to keep ferrying these troops over. You're going to go into Tarentum for this turn, and we are going to retrain you guys up with another unit of Astadi. We are just going to keep pumping out as many troops as we can over here for this inevitable fight with Greece. And yeah, we're going to also keep finagling with the tax rates whenever we can. Alright, great. We got the nice little boost here to income and public order. In Croton, I'm really liking how Croton's actually shaping up to start this game. We could do stables, we could do militia barracks. It's not really necessary. I mean, it would be nice to be able to train 2 units at once. But I'm thinking we just keep on the economic wagon here. Maybe we do trader. Trader will be very good for trade income. It's only 2 turns. Let's just go ahead and do trader. Yeah, we're doing good here in Tarentum, Apollonia. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and do land clearance this time. Get that additional population growth that we'll need up there in Salona. But it's just good. We got the mines in place now. You can see the gold mine is a valuable source of income. We're making a lot of money in the city. We will be making a lot more in trade once we get a port. So that should be a pretty top priority as well. Syracuse is unhappy with us. We can drop the tax rate. We're about to be able to start recruiting in legitimate troops as well. So that's a good thing. Sorry about that. Had to step away for a second. But yeah, okay, Syracuse. Looks like the good news is that actually Carthage is going to go after the Scipii. They are very vulnerable. I don't know what the Scipii are doing. They got some units on a ship up here. They got 4 guys in Capua where they're not doing anything. I mean, really, they should have all their units down here, down south. Definitely taking Syracuse messes with them. But yeah, we're going to be able to train troops here starting next turn, which is great. Libyum is looking kind of vulnerable. So I will see. I'm going to see what Hanno does next turn. I don't want to run out and declare war on them, and maybe I get Libyum, but then Hanno has a free route right at Syracuse. But I'll see what happens. Maybe they'll fight, and then I can just go ahead and swoop in. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, good news otherwise. Okay, so city's done. City's done for the turn. Apollonia, we are really building up this force. There's going to be some big fights with Greece coming up. Salona is in a good place. We should probably take this guy out of the city. I'm like we should bring him. I mean, we should bring him down here. I'm tempted though to go place some watchtowers with him. I don't think I desperately need him any second now. I'd love to go along the road here because Salona is such an unruly, weird province. Like it's a really weird province. I'm sending that troop down to Salona. It's long and takes up the whole coast here. So we want to really make sure that we are able to be visible and see what's going on in our province. So I do think that this is actually a worthwhile exercise here. We're going to keep moving up the coast. We'll just kind of place another watchtower here, and maybe one all the way at the end. We'll see. Definitely worthwhile to do, I think. And then, yeah, okay, all the cities are done. We're keeping the tax rate intentionally low. We got a 4% growth rate here, 2% here. We need those to grow. We need to be able to get to 2,000 so I can get ports in and really start making that money. And then, yeah, Tarentum is building and training troops. Croton is building, not bothering training, and we're good here in Syracuse. I think we are in a good spot again to move to the next turn. Definitely gonna, this Greek force, they are becoming a force to be reckoned, reckoned with. They're no joke. So we'll go make sure we're keeping an eye on them. And then, yeah, all right, cool. On to the next one. Turn 7. Right? Did it say it turns? Did it say turns anywhere? I'm actually not sure. 7, pretty sure. Next turn. Yeah, worst case, I think this is turn 7. Worst case, if it's not, we will just go ahead and do an extra turn. I'll come back and record an extra one on. You know what we can actually look at? Senate missions. We have 5 turns left. I think I got this on my second turn of the game. So 3rd turn would have been 9, 4th would have been 8, 5th would have been 7, 6th would have been 6, Yeah, 7 turns left. Yeah, 7 turn, 5 turns left. Yeah, okay, so this is the 7th turn of the game. I'm right. Good. Good. We basically were neutral and cashed that turn. Syracuse got its militia barracks. Look at that recruitment in Tarentum. Diplomatic information. Everyone's at war with Gaul. So yeah, Julii have started their campaign against Gaul. They took Segesta, the rebel-controlled province, and now they're starting their campaign against Gaul. That makes sense. We'll go ahead and move up this way. You see, look where my province goes. It covers all the way up to here. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So let's go ahead and we'll build another watchtower there. There's Segestica. I would love to take Segestica and get that gold. It is a landlocked province, though. And then we're gonna put one more watchtower there. Maybe I ferry some troops up for like a quick detour to take Segestica and leave it like pretty undefended like Salona and just hope for the best. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know how enthusiastic I am about that idea. We got 2 Greek diplomats kind of just perusing around. We got a big rebel force that just appeared because, of course. Town Watch, can we go get a good view on them? Oh, not really. Back at the Croton to go. They're not. I don't like. How did the rebels jump in that quickly this game? Yeah, we'll get in some more Hastati. It doesn't look like the Greeks are starting any sort of attack this moment, so we should be fine to kind of, stay put for another turn. All right, Syracuse. Okay, so it looks like there was no engagement. Hanno instead took his big army and retreated back towards the city of Livium. There's another fleet in here, carrying a small force. But finally, we can actually retrain and recruit infantry here in Syracuse. So that's really good news. That's actually really, really helpful. And then we can also now continue to replace buildings that are Greek. Like here, the port is Greek, which is contributing to the culture penalty. And, we can build like a shipwright. It'll take down the culture penalty and really boost our trade as well. We can also build a legion barracks here already, because it's already hit the 6,000 threshold, meaning that we can get Principes right off the bat. Oh, interesting. So yeah, it's a distributed across all sorts of governors, exhausted for 16 turns. Huh. Interesting. I didn't actually realize that's how slaves worked when you enslaved the population, is that it was distributed over the course of many turns to settlements with a governor. Yeah, see, so because I don't have a governor here, I'm actually not getting the slave bonus. Or is that just for the instant boost? I'm actually not 100% sure. I'm getting slaves here for a population growth boost. Anyway, something worth exploring. I guess I didn't quite realize all that when I made my video on the topic. But yeah, we can do Equites as well. Equites would be really helpful against Carthage. Carthage is, the infantry is really weak. Cavalry could do a lot of damage against them. So let's actually get a stables going. I do think Syracuse here early on is going to be an important training city for me. So we'll go ahead and take care of that. We got our fleets here. Yeah, I was going to say, I'll be cool with them. I don't like this rebel navy that's cruising around. These rebel ships are usually pretty good and take out your early game ships, so that's going to kind of hurt my ability to move around up here. But, yeah, man, I would really like to take Segestica. I mean, if I can just, I think I could just send, a unit or two up there and just take it. Just for the gold. Another recommendation on my earlier video. But with the rebel fleet here right now, there's, not too much I can do. Maybe if I sent... I already have the general up there. Maybe if I sent 2 Hastati units, we could go ahead and take it. Let's see. Move up the coast. Hopefully these guys don't come after me. But we will see. We are training more troops here. Yeah, it's time to start building up a navy a little bit. We'll get a ship going in Croton. I think that's probably smart. Apollonia, still can't really train anybody of value. This is really annoying. This is really annoying to pop up early game like this, but there's only so much you can do. And then, yeah, Salona is continuing to grow. So we'll just kind of let that keep going. One thing I guess we could do is we could recruit for, like, we're about to hit 6,000, so I should let us hit 6,000. But after I hit 6,000, I might just actually do some population transferring out of Croton, like train peasants and move them. But yeah, I think, again, turn 7 here, quick turn. I'm just a little... I need to build up some forces here, I think, before I start expanding more. And, you know, Tarentum is my target before... Or, sorry, Thurman is my target before Libyum. So that's just something I'm going to have to keep in mind there. So let's go ahead and end the turn. We're going to see if we can grab Segestica and then just ferry these troops back down the coast. Apollonia, yeah, we're building up our force. I think it's actually turning into a pretty formidable force. We just need more infantry. We need the Hastati there. So, on to turn 8. Alright. Yeah, I was afraid about that. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Alright. So, Segestica's not going to happen. Thanks to rebels that are being a huge pain to me. Really annoying. Okay, looks like... might not, yeah. I mean... Imperator. I might not need a watchtower up there. Let's just get this general back to where he's useful. End of turn report. Neutral money again. Construction. A lot of construction done. Tarentum, Croton, Apollonia, and Salona. Recruitment report. We are still recruiting like crazy. And Thrace and Macedon, Spain, and Carthage are at war. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and recruit in again some more men. Bump up the tax rates. Actually, we're going to move men out of the city this turn, so we don't need to really bump up the tax rate. They're still all just hovering around right there. Kind of annoying. Let's go ahead and ferry all those troops in. You guys get back to the safety of the city. We're gonna train Hastati, retrain the navy, drop that tax rate. Navy here. You go, reinforce, merge up, and yeah, okay, great. So we finished building here in Croton. We could do a sewers, get the public health bonus. It'll make them a little happier. It's like so lame and like unsexy though. You know, I mean, we could maybe we should have invested in a barracks before so we could pump out troops twice as quick. Might have been smart, especially now with these guys here, by Captain Aristokritos or whatever. Yeah, let's just do it. We're just gonna do it. We'll train up another naval units in the city. I think we're going to expand next turn, which is great. Salona is still growing. Apollonia is still growing. Apollonia's got quite a force at this point now, actually. So I'm starting to feel a little better. Maybe next turn we'll start the march on Thurman. Yeah, that's probably best. We'll keep training up here. I don't know where the Hanno force went. Maybe they got on the ships and left. There's Theages. I love Theages in my campaign as Carthage. I really like Theages. Let's just do a quick little look over here. No Hanno force. Oh, we got our retinue expands. Great. Spymaster. Tiberius Brutus. Oh, and Croton, the faction. Okay. Oh my god, wait, Spy killed during mission. No! Spy Public Command, 20% discount on agent training cost, Wise Band, +1 management. Those are good. I mean, management's good for where he is. I think the Spymaster, +1 command, we should probably try to give to somebody else, but it's still a tough time to do that. Let's start moving. We gotta take advantage while we can here of some vulnerabilities on the front, you know, the Carthaginian front, and see if we can't. Yeah, there we go. That city's happy enough for the turn. Let's start marching. We're gonna get over to the Carthaginian side here. I'm actually tempted to build a watchtower here. Might get some good line of sight onto the water, which is always nice to have. Although with the cities, I think I got a good enough line of sight, honestly. It's probably okay. Okay, looks like, yeah, so the Scipii went after Corrales. Interesting decision. Let's go and try to take Libyum while we can. It's such a bummer to lose the spy, though. That's really, really annoying. Alright, what do we want to build here in Tarentum? Maybe we just go ahead and get this Temple of Mercury going. Again, focus on some income and some public order. Bonus. Croton's building. Apollonia. It is time to build something. Yeah, maybe we go ahead and just do the trade. Such a, you know, gonna be kind of a tradey city. Salona, same thing. No, we'll do the wooden palisade and then we'll do the trader in Salona. I think that makes sense. Yeah, we're retraining our troops properly. We can next turn we're gonna start marching in on Thurman, and yeah, I think this is a good spot. See, this is why I didn't want to go after Jessica, and I kind of didn't recommend it in my initial video. Is that it's just like you're going to be right here on the front. Like you can't send the full army to defend Jessica. You know, like it doesn't. It's not the same as Salona all the way down the coast. If this Gallic army starts really marching down the coast, I'll be worried. But I don't think they're going to. All right. I think we're in a good spot to end this turn and go ahead and move on to the next one. Turn 9. Let's do it. Alright. Do I want to help my fellow Julii? I will help them here because this is a good chance to get rid of this dang rebel navy with some supports. So, we defeated it. We did... Dang. Seriously? Tough start to turn 9. Jeez. Alright. New ferry fleet.
Ready to sail.
These guys, yeah, it looks like the Gallic army turns tail, which is exactly what I was hoping. Let's get you... We'll pull in these troops. And let's actually, maybe we just leave a second unit in Salona. You know what we can do? We'll take these guys and we'll just use that as a little population transfer, boost their pop a little bit. General, why don't you keep making your way down to Apollonia, please and thank you. Alright, set it off as assigned. We didn't win anything. Annoying. End of term report. We're losing money. Finally. Proton grows, construction reports, basics, recruitment reports, normal, Diplo information, Carthage, yeah, everyone's at war Carthage. Okay. Looks like, though, the Scipii might lose this fight. But now's a good time now to go after the city. Not having the spy there is quite frustrating. They don't really have anyone super close by in terms of potential reinforcements. So let's just go ahead and immediately lay siege, and we'll get those rams going. They're training up here. Croton. Keep doing ships. Oh wait, now, yeah, Croton's over 6,000. Great, so we can do the Governor's Palace. Get that going. Tarentum, you know what to do. I just need my infantry. And then, yeah, I think it's time. They got a lot of forces down here. Oh, that's not like a bunch of peltists. Give me a break. Alright, they got a lot of men, not necessarily like a lot of valuable forces. So, let's go ahead and we're going to mobilize our army. We also can pull in a mercenary peltist if we need it. But first and foremost, General needs his equites to support. He needs his Hastati. And then maybe we just leave the Merc Hoplites as our garrison, and we'll take all these spear throwers as well, and recruit in the additional spear thrower unit. And let's get down here towards Thurman. There we go. All right, we are officially in Greek territory, heading towards Thurman. I think we got a nice force here. It's gonna be very good.
Ready to sail.
Can we make it? No, we just barely can't make it. Let's also go ahead, and then yeah, we're gonna have these guys coming in for reinforcement. I might have just left this. Yeah, I just left this navy really open to attack. That was really dumb of me. I should have just ferried them across the short strait. Ay. Okay. Not my smartest move, guys. We're learning lessons here as we play. I'm not just showing you what to do, I'm also showing you what not to do. So it's a good combo. That's why I think these videos are so valuable. You know? Alright, so turn 9. Again, pretty quick one. But I do think we're starting to set ourselves up in a very strong, advantageous position. Turn 10, hopefully we can get a nice battle here for Libyum. There's our navy for Carthage. We're at war with them now. So, yeah, we're advancing on Thurman. Good battle on the Libyum side. Don't do what I'm doing with my navies. I'm managing them quite poorly. And let's go ahead and hit the next turn, the 10th and final turn. Alright, the Julii blockading. Do you guys see that? The Julii down here blockading the port of Sparta. I appreciate the support. Oh, and look what happens. The Greeks panicked and split their force. So, they have half the force in the city, but they put half the force in the field. And we can take advantage of that. So we can actually probably just take our general now. Or, my gosh, our diplomat now. Let's go try to work on getting another trade deal. We'll go over there towards Thrace. Agent found in Syracuse, a Carthaginian agent. That's not really a surprise. End of turn report. We're losing money again. That's also not really a surprise. We have a marriage by a guy. Wow, he's laying siege to the city, and he got married. Well, I guess if I was about to risk my life, I would want to get married too first. And then, yeah, there we go. We're with Carthage. Spain also just declared on Carthage, so Carthage is getting hit from a lot of directions. And I think that a fun spot to go for here would be to go ahead right into the Carthaginian fight, and we can take Libyum. Let's do it. And I really would hate to kill Theages. I love Theages. But yeah, let's do it. It's time. Alright, Libyum is secured, or Lilybium, however you say it. Hey, I didn't think about this. Should probably enslave again. Really, guys, if you're playing this campaign, you really should think about how you want to deal with the populations, because I'm not handling them very well. I did not focus this in very much. Maybe we just occupy this one. We can just occupy settlement. 4,600 pop. Yeah, it's fine. They don't have a temple yet. We'll immediately do our tradable goods temple again, followed by the port. You know the drill. Followed by the port, followed by roads. Nice and easy. Alright. Oh, we can train spies here! Yes! Alright. Spy training in. That's amazing. You know, we want more infantry over here. Absolutely. We won't, now that I realize we're low on money, we won't spend the money this turn on those next buildings. Let's also take... Yeah, we probably want a governor here in Syracuse. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, he's a great governor. He's a very good governor for financial reasons. Let's just go ahead. Aulus Brutus, you're going to get back over into Syracuse. Lilybium for a turn, drop to 100. Syracuse, yeah, we can up that tax rate. Absolutely, we will. And what do we want to build? Let's hold off on construction for a second. We're still kind of in a...
Ready to sail. Yes, Captain.
Yeah, we are definitely still in a troops first mode here. So we're going to go ahead and retrain up our navy and also train in more Hastati. Hastati, why don't you go ahead and join this army? Ooh, yeah, we'll take the Merc Hoplites. I like a nice Merc Hoplites unit. And we got an added trade. It's mercenary captain. Nice. Love it.
Sir.
General into the city of Apollonia. And then,
Prepare for battle.
alright. We didn't get him this turn. I am so sorry, guys.
General.
I think there's only
Imperator. General.
one unit that actually can't reach him.
Imperator.
So because I want to fight this fight,
Leaving
there we
the
go.
army.
We're
Prepare
going to leave
for
that
battle.
one unit of Hastati behind, and we're going to go take this guy out. Take him out.
Victory!
Alright, everybody.
Imperator.
There
March.
we go.
Combining troops. March.
Okay, we are in a good spot. Thurman is ripe for the taking, which is great timing because we have 2 turns left to take it. Oh, I might have waited a little long on the Thurman front.
General. Imperator.
I did wait a little long on the Thurman front. I should have gone after Thurman instead of chasing the army. Yeah, I don't know how we're going to take it in 2 turns. I might have messed that up, guys. Okay, lessons learned here. Don't wait so long to go after Thurman. You can go after them a lot quicker. I made that mistake, but we are set up to take it. We would take them in 2 turns, definitely. We just, unfortunately, I think we're going to be 1 late for the Senate mission, but that's okay. The Senate can go screw themselves. It's fine. You didn't need a unit of Triarii anyway. You're not going to use them. They don't have that good Pila. Alright, so we are in set. So where do we end after 10 turns? That should be a good way to end this video. We expanded rapidly over here in Sicily. We took Libyum and Syracuse and positioned ourselves perfectly to then hop over here into Carthage next and other cities in North Africa and start to really just dominate the coast of the Mediterranean. We also got these nice cutoff and kind of siphoned the Scipii to have less options for their campaign. What else did we do? We built up our economy quickly in our core cities. We are building troops effectively. We are producing nice naval units. We have taken Salona and we've laid watchtowers up the coast for good visibility of the area around us. Salona is going to provide us a lot of value once we get the ports in place and it grows to over 2,000 population. And once we get Thurman, we then make our way quickly into the Greek peninsula. Sparta looks very poorly defended. Athens, I don't know who still owns it, but probably Macedon at this point. And yeah, I think that was a great first 10 turns. We can actually go ahead here and toggle the Fog of War to take a look at what their situation is. And yes, what we see is Athens is definitely still ripe for the taking. Sparta is very undefended. We are going to maybe be in a big fight here for Thurman. It looks like the Greeks they do have another force nearby. That's going to be a fighty, sticky area. But we should get, Macedon is all around us and allied with us. This is where I was sending my diplomat over here to Thrace. We wanted to go ahead and get some sort of trading with them. We might also then rotate the diplomat up to go speak to the Germans, to speak to the Gauls, and hopefully get some nice trade deals in place there. And then, yeah, this is what I was talking about next. We can then island hop. Now that we have a troop-producing city here, we can also get another troop-producing city in Libyum, and we don't have a threat over here anymore. This is like a defended island, right? So we can then move our troops into North Africa, go after Thapsus, go after Carthage, really get more resources, get elephants, get olive oil, get timber, and really start expanding in this stretch. And Carthage would be on the run at that point, and you can kind of get like an Africa Corps campaign going. So I really think we ended up in a good spot. It wasn't the perfect 10 moves. Definitely, we need to go after Thurman quicker. Let the Senate mission fail. That's something I don't usually like doing. That was definitely a mistake of mine. I wouldn't do that. Also, work on your fleet management a little bit. Definitely work on your slave management when you enslave a population. Make sure your generals are in the right place before you attack the city. A couple nice lessons to learn from this video, but I hope you all enjoyed. I know I enjoyed. I think this pairing of the first 10 moves right after releasing the faction starting position guide is a really nice way to do these types of videos. If you enjoyed it, please let me know. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more of these. I think I'm going to do this for at least a few factions. I did have a good time. And yeah, as always, I'm gonna wrap it up there. And as always, I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video. Have a good one.